5 minutes of questions.
I find the statement of the gentlelady from Wyoming incredible. Will the Republican staff all commit to recusing themselves from any matters that relate to their work on the committee? Because that is a standard they are holding Chair Khan to. Chair Khan, thank you for coming before our committee today. Under your tenure, the Commission has returned over $430 million to consumers and proposed a ban on non-compete agreements that would increase workers' earnings by nearly $300 billion a year, would save consumers up to $148 billion in health care costs, and would close racial and gender wage gaps by between 3.6 and 9.1%. What are some other ways that the Commission supports a strong economy?
Thanks for the question, Congressman. So our work on the antitrust side is focused on ensuring robust competition. This has involved blocking mergers that we believed would have eroded competition, including in the defense industry, including in healthcare. We've brought a set of lawsuits alleging that certain types of hospital mergers would have deprived Americans of access to quality, affordable healthcare. We have a whole set of work underway focused on the fact that all too often drug prices are way too expensive for American people, and we're scrutinizing the ways in which potentially unlawful practices may be contributing to those high prices. We're also hearing directly, day in, day out, from small businesses, from independent grocers, independent pharmacists, franchisees, about the ways in which the FTC's work can help ensure that they have a robust, open opportunity to compete in the marketplace and make sure that Americans are benefiting from robust competition.
Thank you. And you have made it clear that antitrust enforcers like your own agency must be more active in enforcing the law and bringing high-impact cases, even if those cases ultimately are unsuccessful. Can you expand on this for us and share why you think having a strong cop on the beat is essential to a fair marketplace?
Thanks, Congressman. I mean, I've been very clear that my worry has been about under-enforcement. Unfortunately, I think there were missed opportunities in the last few decades where all too often entire sectors were allowed to consolidate. That has now created markets that are closed off to competition. Recently, the Defense Department has been noting how this consolidation is also now directly undermining national security, where significant consolidation in the defense industrial base is harming our military and making it more difficult for us to compete globally. These are just some of the harms that we've seen from consolidation. Because of that, we think it's incredibly important to be vigorously enforcing the laws that Congress has charged us with enforcing. This includes the FTC's Act's prohibition on unfair methods of competition. It includes the Clayton Act. It includes the Sherman Act. There have been provisions of these statutes that unfortunately had been left dormant, and we are fully committed to reinvigorating the law and make sure that we are fully enforcing all of the provisions that Congress has charged us with enforcing.
I know that I assume you also enforce the Sala-Kefauver Act. I know that you also support bringing court actions instead of reaching a settlement under a consent decree with a company that has broken the law. Why is this?
So, Congressman, we assess every matter on a case-by-case basis. On the antitrust side, we have seen, unfortunately, instances in which certain remedies that were achieved in merger settlements unfortunately fail to fully protect competition in the ways that the agencies are required to do under the law. So certain behavioral commitments that firms made or certain divestitures really fail to preserve the competition that we're charged with safeguarding. As a result, we're learning from that experience and adjusting and modifying where needed. In some cases, that means bringing a lawsuit if a remedy that's being offered we don't believe will fully resolve the underlying competitive harms. In other instances, it means really improving and strengthening and tightening up the remedies that we are achieving. So it really depends on a case-by-case basis.
Thank you. Despite claims from the majority that you did not follow ethics guidance, we know for a fact that under the law you have no conflicts of interest that would require you to recuse yourself, correct?
Correct.
And indeed, the designated ethics official instructed you correctly that the decision to recuse yourself was a personal one that you are charged to make, correct?
That's right.
And you also spoke with the General Counsel's office, who also stated that you do not have a conflict of interest that would require your recusal, correct?
That's right, correct.
and you do not own any stock in any corporation or have any personal ties that would require you to recuse yourself, correct?
I have not a penny in any individual firm stock, correct?
The Federal Trade Commission plays a critical role in protecting consumers, ensuring competition, and enforcing the laws we have entrusted to it. The agency has done this work for over 100 years, and I appreciate that it will continue to do so under your leadership. And finally, Mr. Chairman, before I yield back, I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record a copy of the letter from Lina Khan to the Honorable Kathy McMorris Rogers and yourself.
Wow. I already have your one, Andrew. I appreciate it. That's fine. Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you. I yield.